The Age of Disclosure, a documentary unveiling the government's secret on aliens. For decades, the question of extraterrestrial life has hovered at the edges of science and conspiracy. But a new documentary, The Age of Disclosure, aims to change that narrative. Premiering at the South by Southwest, SXSW, Film Festival, this explosive film asserts that alien life is not just a possibility. It is a reality that has been hidden from the public for over 80 years. The documentary, directed by Dan Farah, brings together 34 high-ranking military, intelligence, and government officials who claim to have first-hand knowledge of unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs, and the U.S. government's secretive programs surrounding them. Government cover-up, the central claim. One of the documentary's most shocking allegations is that the U.S. government has been engaged in an 80-year cover-up concerning alien encounters and reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. Farah's film presents testimonies from key figures who argue that secret U.S. programs have retrieved alien spacecraft and non-human remains, all while withholding this information from Congress, the President, and the American public. Luis Elizondo, the former director of the now-defunct Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, aka TAP, serves as the documentary's main narrator. He describes a deeply classified initiative known as the Legacy Program, which allegedly stores and studies UFO technology dating back to 1947. According to Elizondo, this program has been kept so secret that even U.S. presidents have operated on a need-to-know basis, with limited access to the most sensitive findings. The first country that cracks this technology will be the leader for years to come, said Jay Stratton, the former head of the Pentagon's UAP task force. He likened the situation to the Manhattan Project, emphasizing that the ability to reverse engineer alien technology could shift the balance of power globally, much like nuclear weapons did in the 20th century. Congressional leaders and bipartisan support for disclosure. Far from being dismissed as science fiction, the call for greater UAP transparency has gained traction within the U.S. government. The Age of Disclosure includes interviews with several high-profile political figures, including Senators Marco Rubio R. Florida, Kirsten Gillibrand D. New York, and Mike Rounds R. South Dakota, who argue that the public has a right to know the truth about UAPs. In the film, Rubio warns that the issue is not just about aliens, it's about national security. He raises concerns about mysterious aircraft repeatedly intruding on restricted U.S. airspace, particularly around nuclear facilities. We've had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities, and it's not ours, Rubio states, and we don't know whose it is. According to the documentary, these unidentified objects have allegedly deactivated and activated nuclear weapons in both the U.S. and Russia, leading many to question whether extraterrestrials are monitoring human military capabilities. Reverse engineering and the international race for alien technology. One of the most startling revelations in the Age of Disclosure is the claim that the U.S., Russia, and China are engaged in a covert arms race to reverse engineer recovered UFOs. Several interviewees assert that wreckage from alien craft has been secretly retrieved over the decades, and that foreign adversaries may have made more progress than the U.S. in unlocking its potential. Tim Gallaudet, the former chief oceanographer for the U.S. Navy, speculates that these UFOs, or UAPs as the government now prefers to call them, may operate in ways that defy our understanding of physics. Some of these objects have been observed moving at 32,000 miles per hour, then stopping instantaneously or changing direction at impossible angles, he says. In one of the film's most chilling moments, Elizondo alleges that multiple species of extraterrestrials have been encountered, and that the U.S. government has known about them for decades. On numerous occasions, these retrievals included the bodies of non-humans, he claims, adding that much of the evidence remains classified. The role of the ocean. Could aliens be hiding there? Another intriguing aspect of the documentary is its focus on the ocean as a potential hiding place for alien life. Gallaudet suggests that 80% of the world's oceans remain unexplored, making them a logical location for extraterrestrials to operate undetected. The film presents accounts from military personnel who claim to have seen massive unidentified objects emerging from the ocean at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. These sightings align with theories that alien civilizations might be using Earth's deep seas as a strategic hiding place. The documentary advocates for a joint research effort between NASA, the Department of Defense, DoD, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, to explore the possibility of underwater alien activity. Criticism and the challenge of proof. Despite its compelling testimonies, the age of disclosure has faced criticism. The Hollywood Reporter described it as an interesting yet frustrating film due to its reliance on personal accounts rather than verifiable physical evidence. Nothing is proven, and thus nothing can be refuted, one review states. Skeptics argue that while the film raises thought-provoking questions, it fails to provide tangible proof that would convince the scientific community. Critics also caution against sensationalizing the topic, pointing out that past UFO documentaries have relied heavily on anecdotal evidence without solid verification. However, supporters of the film argue that government secrecy itself is the biggest barrier to proof. Most of this evidence remains classified, says Stratton, who has personally urged Congress to declassify more information. He claims that despite repeated requests, many lawmakers have been denied access to crucial UFO data. The future of UAP research and public disclosure. As the documentary sparks debate, its key message is clear: the public deserves the truth. The filmmakers call for the declassification of UFO-related intelligence, arguing that knowledge of extraterrestrial life could revolutionize energy technology, transportation, and national defense. One of the film's most shocking suggestions is that UAPs may be powered by combustion-free energy systems, offering a potential breakthrough in clean energy technology. If harnessed correctly, this could eliminate the world's dependence on fossil fuels, transforming industries and economies. As the age of disclosure continues to make waves, one question remains: is humanity ready for the truth about extraterrestrial life? Whether skeptics believe the film's claims or not, its impact on the global conversation about UFOs is undeniable. The call for transparency is growing, and as new evidence emerges, the world may soon be forced to confront a reality it has long ignored.